Hey guys, I hope that you all are doing well, and by the time now you've learned many topics of grammar, and I hope you're having fun learning them. Today we are going to move on to our next topic, that is articles. It's a very important topic, and we'll be moving on to that. Okay, so what are articles? We've been studying about article past many classes, like in previous classes also, class 5, 6, we've studied about articles. So we are going to dig deeper into what articles are today, okay? So let's read. You must know that the words a and the are called articles, okay? Now we are going to learn about their usage and categorize them, okay? So let's move on. Now, articles, when you look at them, we can classify articles into two categories. What are the categories? Now, definite articles, it could be definite articles, it could be indefinite articles. Okay, so before getting into what definite articles are, what are indefinite articles, we'll just try to understand the meaning of the words. Definite, something that you're sure about, definite, okay, and indefinite, something that you're not sure about. So definite articles, the is called the definite article. It is used when we speak of something in particular. When you are very sure about something and you are talking about something in particular, okay, please return me the pen that I gave you. The pen that I gave you. So I am talking in particular about one pen that I gave you. Return me that pen. So you cannot return me any pen, okay? You have to return me the same pen. So whenever I am pointing out at something particular or specific, we use the article the, okay, and indefinite articles. So the definite article category includes the article the, okay, and indefinite includes the article a and an, okay. Now if I say I need a pen, so now here a pen means any pen, you can give me any pen, okay. I hope that you are able to understand the difference. A and an are indefinite articles. They do not point out at any particular thing or person. Again, coming back to it, that example, if I say that I need a pen or give me a pen, so I am not pointing at anything in particular. But if I say give me the pen that I gave you, so the pen, I am pointing at the particular pen. So that's all for it. Definite, something that you are very particular about. Indefinite, it could work with anything, okay, a pen, a glass of water, like that, okay. So I hope it's clear to you, and now we'll be moving on to our uses, okay. Let's move on. Now, we are going to start with the article and first of all, okay. So some uses of article and we are going to learn. Now, an is used before the words beginning with a vowel sound. Now, it's very important to understand this point. And what is the essence of this point is, that is, before the words beginning with a vowel sound, this is very important. You have to keep it in mind that you have to use the article and wherever you find the sound of a, E, I, O, U. Now the sounds are a, E, I, O, U. Now the sounds could be in this way if we go into phonetic manner, okay. So wherever you find these sounds, you are going to use the article an. It's not necessary that wherever you find these words A, E, I, O, U, you are going to apply an. No, it's not necessary. Just you have to go by the sound of the vowels. Keep it clear, okay. Now for example, an extra pen, an ant, you see that you are able to hear the sound of that vowel. An ink pot, an ugly bird, an Englishman. So here in all these examples you hear the sound of the vowels, okay. That is why we have used the word an, okay. Let's move on. For example, I want to tell you something, okay. Dash unique watch. If I see you wearing a watch and I talk about that watch, and if I say, oh, what a unique watch or what an unique watch. Now, the people who cram by A, E, I, O, U, they might say that we'll say, what an unique watch. Okay, the people who will cram, but the ones who know the essence that we are going to talk about sound, they will never say what an unique watch. They will always say what a unique watch. Why? Because unique, undoubtedly it has the word you, but there is no sound of you. It has your sound. Okay, so I hope it makes it clear. Let's move on to our next usage. And moving on. Now, where else we can use the article an, okay? It is used before the words beginning with silent H. You must know that whenever we talk about somebody and you have this, like say, I have an hour to work, okay, an hour left if I'm saying. So why do we use an here? Because no doubt it doesn't start with a vowel, but it has the sound O. The H is silent. So wherever the H is silent and you find the sound of vowel, you are always going to associate it or accompany it with an article. Okay. So an honest boy. Okay. An honorable man. Again the H is silent. It's honorable. We never say honorable. Okay. So it's honorable. An honorable man. Moving on, before abbreviations, before the short forms, if the word begins with a vowel sound, it's very important. Now, if the word is beginning with a vowel sound, let's talk about it. Like if I say an MBA, of course, it starts with M. But if you look at the sound or if you hear the sound goes like M, B, A. So this is the hidden sound M, E, M, M. So that's why we say an MBA, an MP and an NGO. Again the case is same. Now some people will say that an NGO does not work, it's not right. It works because listen to it carefully, N. It's again E, N, N. So we'll say that I am working for an NGO. Correct. Let's move on. Now moving on to our next article, that is a. Where are we going to use the article a? Now a is used before the words that begin with a consonant sound. Now we were talking about an. We use an wherever there is a vowel sound. Yes, right. We are going to use a wherever there is consonant sound. Okay. Let's see how. For example, a thirsty crow. There is no sound of the vowel. So you use the article a. A good friend, a beautiful dam. Okay, so that's all. Let's move on. We'll read about more uses of the article a. Now, article a is used before such vowels which do not have a sound of vowels. Now, you will see that there are some words which will begin from the vowels. Repeat after me. What are the vowels? They are a, e, I, O, U. These are the 5 vowels. Now you will come across the words which start from these vowels, but they do not accompany an with them. Okay, we don't use an with them. Okay, let's read one by one. For example, you will see that we have not written an university. We never say an university. You know why? Because this has the sound of U. Why U? University. It doesn't have a vowel sound. So that's why we say a university. A useful book. Again, U is a vowel, but we're still not using an with it. Why? Because of the sound. So a useful book. Now, again we are talking about 1 rupee note. We will never say an 1 rupee note. Why? You will see that it has the sound of v. That's the sound. So sound has got the game. Okay. So a 1 rupee note, you have to go by the sounds. We cannot cram that A, E, I, O, U. Wherever you see you put an, or yes, we cannot do it that way. So it's always about the sound. So I hope that you are clear with it, that we are not going by just the words. We are going to listen the sound and then apply the articles. I hope that it is clear to you. And let's move on. There are some things that you need to note about an, both of them. Now, the article a and an, both are used to indicate one. A book, a pen, okay, an orange. You will see that these are always used for singular objects, okay, like one thing, okay. a or an are used before singular nouns which is used to represent a class of things. It could be something in singular, okay? For example, I could say a pen, or I could say a book, or I could say an orange. Okay, so all these are singular, these are one, okay, or it says one more thing, it can be used to represent a class of things, okay. A dog, now here this dog is representing all the dogs, so again we'll say a dog is a faithful animal, okay. So I hope that this is clear to you, and now we'll be moving further and more uses of a or an. Now a or an is used when we speak of profession, okay. Again, in profession we are going to use it. He is a doctor, okay. We are not specifically talking about somebody in like in particular the doctor that I met, okay. You're understanding it? We're just talking, we're talking about somebody's profession, like he is a teacher, okay. So like that, he is a doctor. My friend is an architect. So you see that we use a or an whenever we are talking about somebody's profession, okay. Let's look at the next use of the same. Now we are going to talk about the as the article, and it's very important because the covers many things. The can be used for singular as well as plural. When we were talking about a and an as articles, we noticed that we generally use it for singular things or a class of group of people, a group of things, okay. But the could be used for singular as well as plural, okay. We use the when we speak about a person or a thing in particular. I mentioned it before also when we were talking about definite and indefinite articles. I hope you remember them. So whenever we're talking in particular, okay. Now you saw a new bag. Like your friend is holding a new bag and you really like it, and then you say, oh, I like your bag, and then your friend replies, this is the bag that you gifted me. So this is the bag that you gifted me. Okay, so here you will see that I have used the article the. Why? Because I am being very specific that this is the same bag. So wherever you are laying stress, you're being particular about something, you're going to use this article. I hope that this is clear to you. Now let's move on. Now talking about, yes, let's talk about the story. Okay, you must know about this story, The Thirsty Crow. We've read it when we were in we were in our childhood also. We've heard about this story about the thirsty crow. Let's read it first. Then I will try to explain you what I'm trying to say. Okay, a thirsty crow found a picture. Just lay stress on the articles wherever the articles are. Found a picture that contained some water. The clever crow picked up some pebbles in his beak and dropped them one by one into the picture. Now, what I am trying to explain here is that we cannot cram where we are going to use the word a or an, the article a or an, or where we are going to use the article the. Now you see the word here picture remains the same. Picture, picture, same. But we've used a before. Now we've used the before. What is the logic behind it? So the logic here is when we are using something for the first time, I am using picture for the first time, I am just referring it for once. Like in the story we are talking about picture for the first time. So we'll say a thirsty crow found a picture, okay? But when I know the picture is introduced already, we are referring to that picture again, so we'll use the article the. So the whole essence is that when we are not sure, we are not particular about something, we use a, and when we are repeating something, referring something again, we'll use the article the. So I hope this is clear, and let's move on and learn about more uses of the article the. Okay, so let's move on. we use the with the superlatives. This is something that we discussed in adjectives also, if you remember. Yes. So example, Sachin is one of the most famous sports person in the world. You see that the is used with the superlative form, that is most famous. So this doesn't need much of the explanation because we have done it before also. So the simple story, long story cut short, is that with superlative we are going to use the article the. Okay, we use the before the names of well-known buildings. Yes, well-known buildings and institutions, we are going to use the article the. Now, the Red Fort, the Qutub Minar, the India Gate. Okay, so well-known buildings, we are going to use it. Okay, let's move on. We use the when we speak of what? Population of a nation. Keep it in mind that talking about population as a whole. For example, if I say that the Japanese are warm-hearted people, I am talking about the Japanese. Now, the people living in Japan are called Japanese. So, the Japanese are warm-hearted people. The next one is we use the with the adjectives when we are referring to a whole group of people. Whole group of people, keep it in mind. For example, we should help the poor people. Now here we should help the poor. It ends it here. Now here why we have written the poor? Because we are referring to the poor people. It's not the part of a sentence. The sentence is just this, which says that we should help the poor. We are referring to the group of poor people. So that is why we've used this article. I hope it's clear to you. Moving forward. Now, this is like another area where we're going to use the article the. We use the before the names of let's say these are the things where we are always going to use the. Names of trains, names of ships, newspapers, magazines, rivers, seas, deserts, oceans, religious books, directions. Let us read. For example, the Rajdhani Express. She is coming by the Rajdhani Express. The Titanic. The Hindu is the best newspaper. Okay. The Atlantic. The Nile, it's again a river. So, we are going to use the article the. For the seas also, the Arabian Sea, desert, the Sahara Desert, the Indian Ocean, religious books, the Bible, directions. She's gone in the east, okay, or towards the east, the west, the north, the south. So for these all, we are going to use the article the. So these are all the uses of article the, that's all. That's all for the uses of article, but that's not all for a topic, because it's very important for you guys to know that where are the areas where you are not going to use the article. That is also important. So we are going to learn about it. So now we are going to talk about omission of articles. It is very important for you to know where the areas you are not going to put an article. Uses of article is okay, but you should know the areas where we are not going to use any article, a and the, none of them. Okay, so the first one is before proper nouns. Like before proper nouns, we are not going to repeat what are nouns because we've discussed it before also, and if you've not seen, go and check out the videos on nouns. And let's move forward. Now I am going to Australia. Australia is a proper noun. I will not use any article, say a and the, no article. Did you speak to Rohan? Again, Rohan is a proper noun, no article before Rohan. Okay, let's move on. Where are the areas where we are not going to use articles? Okay, the area is this before the name of languages. I know how to speak French. Now French is a language. I will never say an or the French. Okay, simple. Now, before material and abstract nouns, it's very easy that whenever you are going to use material and abstract nouns, you are never going to use any article, okay? Iron is a useful metal. So, you see iron. Now, iron is a material noun, okay? So, iron, the, iron, an iron, no, okay? Honesty is a virtue. Honesty, again you see that there is no article. So, you are not going to use any article with material or abstract nouns. Okay. Now the next one is before names of games and sports. Let's say Rohit loves playing chess. Again, chess is a game you will see, or even if I name a sport, let's say football. Yeah, so we are not going to use any article, an or the, no article. Okay, so before expressions such as all day, all night, by air, by sea. For example, Ruchi will be traveling to Goa by air. So in such expressions, you are never going to use articles. Okay, I hope that it is clear to you. Let's move on. Before the names of days and months, okay, we'll be meeting on Saturday. I will never say that we will be meeting on the Saturday, okay? So it will be the Saturday. January, March, Saturday, okay? Before the names of a country, like say India, Nepal, Australia, you will not say the India, I belong to the India, okay? I'll say I belong to India, okay? Let's move on. Now that's all for the areas where you're not going to use the article. I hope that you guys are clear about it. And before ending our video, this is a work for you. You will be just look at these sentences and fill with the appropriate articles, a, an or the. Now there could be a place where there is no article required. So you have to look after it, comment your answers, and we'll be discussing it in our next video. Let me just read out them for you. I play dash football. America is dash richest country in the world. I dream to be dash astronaut one day. Dash moon is shining in dash sky. And the last one is I admire dash honesty in my friends. So I hope articles are clear to you. We'll be meeting in our next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.